Okay, so here's a question. Have you ever heard of a divorce registry? Okay? It's similar to a traditional wedding registry, and it's a way to help someone set up their new household solo. So, Jay, what do you think of this idea?
So this is the first time I've heard of it, but I actually quite like the idea, and I'll tell you why. It's because I feel like when people are going through a divorce, they often don't know how to ask for help from their friends, and their friends don't know how to give help. They're confused as well. And so this kind of creates this really nice starting point for conversations, for reconnecting, for inviting friends over. And I actually think it could be a great solve because I think we're bad at having uncomfortable conversations. This can be a great start, but I would add, I don't think it should just have things on it. Like, it's not it's not an excuse.
That's a good point.
It's not an excuse just to ask for gifts from your friends. Be like, oh, I'm really sad, send me this. I think it could be really useful for having like a therapy fund, having like a travel fund, like doing things by yourself.
We like that. I love that in the article. I love in the article they said we don't call it a divorce registry, we call it a support registry.
Yes.
And so I love
nice.
that's exactly it. And I do think, you know, I had sadly like 5 different friends go through divorces during the pandemic. We know it's not hard, it was not easy, and it was very hard on a lot of marriages. And one woman in particular, really terrible, acrimonious breakup, and they had to sell the family home. She ended up buying a smaller place and was kind of starting from scratch, but even just the idea of kind of feeling like at her age, restarting, it was exactly what you were talking about, like not wanting to, she had pride, so she wasn't gonna be like, hey girls, can you come shopping with me for a rug? But at the same time, still needing the support. So I think like put therapy and vacation fund, but maybe also put a nice rug.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And maybe bring your girls along, and I think you're right, I think it sparks some beautiful conversation.
I love that.
And she felt, you know, I think if she had a divorce registry, I think she wouldn't have felt so alone.
Agreed.
And she would have had a really cute little place and we'd all come over for like cheese, you know?
See, before Jay spoke, this idea rubbed me the wrong way, but you've completely changed my mind, which is why I imagine everyone loves you. But I think it was no. For me, it was the medium. The medium was the problem, not the message. Like the medium of that registry going online, because in my head, like, obviously, if you picture a friend in distress, you know, in financial distress, emotional distress, and then the next thing, like, oh, she's crying, and then she opens up her laptop, oh, 600 thread count bed sheets, yes, please. That just was not sitting right with me. Like, I'd rather it happen, I guess, more organically, like either, and this is where your point comes in, that friends would automatically go to her and say, what can we do? What do you need? Or even like an email, like these are the things if you guys can help out. It's the specificity, I guess, of a registry. Like, I want this new set of cutlery. I want this. But when you factor in, you know, the other experiences, I'm a changed woman.
No, I don't think you need to be an entirely changed woman. I do think the medium and the message do matter, because if I suddenly opened up my emails and I saw from a friend being like, come to my divorce party and here's my registry, I might be a little bit like, really? I mean, unless it was one of those divorces where you're like, yes, like I'm so happy that they got to Lots of times there's a lot.
It's about time.
I think there's a way to do it and there's a time, but I don't want us to go down the rabbit hole of being like, you know, there's lots of hardships in life. Like, oh, I have an empty nest. Can you register for my empty, I'm gonna redo my kid's room. I lost my job. Can you register? Like, where do we draw the line? And I'm drawing it at divorces.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.